Very cool. Oh. A friend of mine got me this for my birthday last year, and I don't know much about it. I really like it. I want to see. Oh, did I charge it in the wrong port? I might have. I really like how tactical it is. It's got these down here. Shoot, I must have done the wrong port. Oh, no. Check it. Gonna explore it a little bit. I'm gonna bring it to my parents' house because my service isn't the best there. And this thing is loaded from what I understand. And I could also put music on it, so I think I'm gonna try to do that and see. I was sitting down to tie some, how do you say, deceivers, but make sure the volume's all the way down. Wow. I haven't really messed with this very much since, oh, there are Pico 8 games. I designed a Pico 8 game. I don't know how to program, so I haven't, cool. Pico 8 is, inspired by vintage gaming consoles, but the games are saved as image files. How do I go back? That's sweet. So they're heavily inspired by games of the 80s. Oh, that's nice. Ooh. Oh, this will definitely keep me occupied. Exit to menu. How do I do it? Exit to menu? How do I close window? Maybe I'll just do one of these. No? I believe there's Kirby on it. That was a huge favorite of mine back in the day. I didn't play it very much because I didn't have the console for it, but I just had a PS. I'm not sure how to exit. Exit to menu. Close window to exit. Maybe if I hold it. I'm not exactly sure how to work it. It's an emulator, so you could put any console's games on it. And I'll get it back on. I'll read the consoles that it's on it thus far. Really neat and oddly adorable. Not oddly, but unexpectedly adorable. Let us see. There is Arcade Classics, Capcom, Naomi, Atari, Jaguar, Lynx, WonderSwan, PC, TurboGrafx, Family Computer, which is Famicom, Super Famicom. Oh, no way. I did like Donkey Kong. My cousins had it. I haven't seen a lot of these since I was a kid. Nintendo 64, Super Nintendo, Virtual Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance. There is just so much. I think I will probably spend more time sifting through everything that's... Ah, there she blows! Code has an emulator that I probably played more than he has, and it had Kirby, but the file was broken. So I'm very excited to have... Back when I was making pixel art, I was trying to run through a ton of games to kind of... Anyway. I love this thing. But, for another day, and it came in a really nice case. hope everyone's having a beautiful night. For some reason, I'm so slow moving today. And really nice case. I put it in upside down. There's a little holder, so anyway, that would be anyway. But I have a few patterns that I was gonna give a go. It's a little chilly outside, so I think that's why I'm moving so slow today. Because fear safe is right. Definitely a cold front moving in. And I gotta get on finding some warm clothes. Found a brand called Little Donkey Andy, and they seem to have really multi-purpose and wildly functional clothing that has good cuts. Like, I could pull up some of this stuff. And what a name. Little Donkey Andy. Sold. Their prices are pretty decent, however, I still, you know, do my little eBay dance. But let's see, here they go. Nice clothing that is designed for real world. Got lightweight, dry, quick dry, but you also have, like, I've been looking for pants, and it's so hard to find pants. These ones look promising. I know they're not the most, well, I think they're quite flattering. However, I feel like you could bend in those, and that's all I want from life, is to be able to bend. I have some equestrian pants on right now that have a, supposed to charge extra for that. No, I'm just kidding, just kidding. But, anyway. I am gonna make more deceivers. I might try one of the original ones developed in the 50s for striped bass in the Chesapeake Bay. Or I might just do something a little more simple. And I kind of pigged up the desk a little bit, so I don't have a lot of room to work with. Every time I regret starting the streams without picking up a little bit, but... Alright, so I'm gonna try maybe number 5. Fernandez is Big Fish Fly. The thread, I already have it threaded for white. Made with fish hair or ultra hair that is at least 7 inches long. First tie in white on the bottom of the hook, so it's probably gonna be another big boy. Got these 2-0 or 2-0. I'm still not sure. One day I'll look that up. But these hooks do really well in this area. And my main focus for lure making is saltwater, because the shop that I want to get them at is essentially saltwater fishing shop, Tuppence. I haven't contacted them yet. I'm just gonna pop in there one day with a bunch of lures, and if they're interested, they're interested. If not, then I have a bunch of lures. But still learning, so still lure name. But got some silver, what is this stuff called again? Flash of Boo. And I always really liked the look of this lure. Just check it out. Really nice. It's hard to not try to figure out ways to wear this stuff. And I think it's all fish hair, and I do not have that. However, I have some Amazon. This I got from Hobby Lobby the other day, and the movement is wild. Like, I probably would have wanted to pick this up anyway to add as trim to something or to look at, but seeing things in totally different ways, movement and color, and seeing more strategy in things. And I also got some craft fur, which I haven't messed with yet. This was in the sale section, but it wasn't on sale. And it's only $2.29 for 2 inch by 30 inch, so 30 inches of it, as well as a big old piece of it. And the fibers themselves are quite long. I'm waiting to use this. I have a not a flea comb, but a brush for fur. And I was thinking maybe I could use that to hold the fibers. But I haven't gotten that go yet. So green. This is what I'm gonna try to make it with. Doesn't it look like doll hair? It feels like Barbie hair. And I don't have, oh, I do? Why don't I remember? Perfect. It's gonna be dead on, I think, if I get it right. But nice color combination here in this one. The white is here, bam, bam. And then with the silver flashaboo, comes up. I like it. I really need a little cart for all this stuff, because I really liked keeping it all together so it's all accessible. And this one doesn't specify a hook size, so I'm guessing it's pretty pretty multi-purpose. And not exactly, okay, so I'm gonna just read through it real quick and make sure I'm looking at the right one. Made with fish hair or ultra hair that is at least 7 inches long, first tie in white, and then some pale green on the top of that, and some medium blue. Add 6 to 8 strands of silver mylar on each side. Okay. So I do that last, I'm guessing. I'll just give it a go. A little difficult to get started on these. Would that become, no. The gap between the eye is just enough for the thread to slip through. It looks like it's pretty much all added at the front, so I wonder if I should even bring this down, because if one thing I do wonder too is if the fibers rip down by the bend of the hook, if that will start to unravel. Because I secured the heads pretty good as I know how to with UV resin, and I think I'm gonna just stop there, right? Because if the white is added, I don't know, maybe just a little bit more. It's really fun doing. So I'm gonna cut this. And it's a little chilly outside, super, super windy. I found a free cooler in somebody's trash. Yeah, no one's trash is safe if I'm gonna be passing it. I found a huge amount of leather not too long ago. I'm guessing it was a leather worker or a saddle maker. Equestrian area, so it would make sense. And I don't know how to attach this. I do know it's 7 inches, right? 6 to 8, no. 7 inches, right? So, ruler action. I am far too dumb for this rule, I'll be real. I feel like it makes me forget what an inch is. Okay, so just about there. I always use either not enough of this or too much of it. Hello, Billy B. Thank you. I kind of made a mess of this because I really don't know how to use it properly. Oh, I don't know how much to use. How much is too much? This is longer. Like if I should fold it like that, I feel, I don't know how to do it actually. If I do it like that, the stuff is so soft, I have a hard time trusting it. Like, trusting that it won't just slide out. So this is 12 inches. Maybe I should just... It's gonna take me a second. I should brush it a little bit. Maybe... Is that too much? Because it'll be doubled. I don't know. Damn it, I'm just gonna go for it. Can't keep holding myself up anymore. Time is of the essence. And we have a very finite amount on this planet as individuals. As a species, not so much. Hope everyone's having a beautiful evening. So I'm going to clean this up a little bit. And then that already had a nice taper on that side, but this side is a little straight, unnatural. Get out of here. You want a natural freak? No, I'm just kidding. It was a little too boxy. And some of my first flies are hard to look at. To me. I am no perfectionist, however, I could be a little hard on my hands. Even though they're trying. Okay, that's too much. That's too much. No. Tell me if it's too much. Maybe. No. Alright, so do it like that. I'm not sure about this. Okay, I think that's gonna be good. Let me make sure it's down there. Get down there. I'm not sure if this stuff is as rigid as fist hair, because I've never worked with fist hair. I've seen it in person, so I'm not sure what it feels like or anything like that. But we're here to learn. Oh, I'm here to learn. Well, I'm here because this is exactly where I would be. Split it down, alright. I mean, did I hit that 7-inch mark? I'm wondering. See, the one reason why I'm not sure is there's such a big bump. However, I'm sure I'm gonna want a head on this anyway. But I can never get that fully tucked. I'm gonna go in with some green. Alright, I'll add the green down a little bit to kind of help keep this. I'm still looking for a step-by-step book, and I haven't sat down long enough, to be absolutely honest, to watch the Bass Pro DVD that I found on saltwater fly tying. I'm really excited about. I just haven't. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna go with that. I feel like there's a reason this perfect amount was sticking out. My next batch of this stuff, I'm gonna take a lot more care into not getting it as tangled as I have. Started well. It started well. Alright, so I just never been too good at cutting hair. I cut my own hair, can you tell? I haven't been to a salon in, God, about 10 years. Last time I did, I got a trim. And not a wash or dry or anything like that. It was $90. And I really like the people, so like I just went home and starved that week. Loved that salon too. Just couldn't afford it. Really, really fantastic people. Okay, I might have grabbed too much. I'm just gonna kind of, no. Alright, oh, you bastard. I just don't want him. Okay, I wish I did it a little farther back. Oh man, but it's okay. I'll do that next time. I think I'm using too much of this stuff. I do. I feel like I do. I am. And I'm not too worried about how I'm kind of bent up at it. And it's very slippery. Is that looking alright? Yes! It went over that pretty dang easy. That's the first time. Oh, that was good. That felt good in turn. It's just, I don't know why I can't get that smoother. I mean, I know why, but... And, it's just, all my heads seem to be a little lumpy. I really wish I could find local classes or local fly tyers that want to pass on any amount of their knowledge. Because a lot of this is experience-based, I feel. And, what is, maybe if I do, the next one will be a little, it'll fill it out a little bit. I'm just having a day, I think. Everything's off. And, season changed. Very cool. I'm often ripped apart by my peers for my inability to thrive in the cold. And it's not even cold out. It really isn't, but I was shivering. Okay. So the bottom, the white in this pattern, did I show it? I'm sorry. Hey Walter! I was just playing the emulator. I'm gonna be probably bringing it to my parents' house, keep me nice and occupied. Making that bottom one, Fernandez's Big Fish Fly by Chico Fernandez. And, not coming out very great. However, I'm not sure what the difference between this, I guess you would say like low-grade EP fiber from Amazon. However, I really like the stuff. It feels very waterproof. Walter, if you ever want to hit up Hobby Lobby, I'm down. They had some stuff that I'm really interested in trying for fly tying. They have yarn. I don't know why I did that. They had yarn that is made to crochet sponges and scrubbies, and that sounds waterproof to me. I mean, it is, and I think it would be really, really great for especially saltwater lures, where a lot of them are quite bright and very, I cannot wait until, I've been looking on eBay for a vise with a gyroscope, or a gyroscopic vise gripper. Okay. Did I add more blue or something in the green? Because, yeah, ever have those days? That's a redundant question. Everyone has these days where they just can't seem to operate without feeling the rage. I'm just kidding. I really like how it's coming in. Oh, the flash should be, ooh, I almost forgot. I keep forgetting to add flash to things. I'm just gonna call it there. Get some bulk there. And I am trying to up like the output a little bit, so I do feel like I'm rushing through this, and that's why things aren't going very well on this specific lure. However, I want to get into creating them a little quicker, so I don't fall in love with them like I usually do, because this is to be attached to a line and thrown in water, and if I lose it, I gotta be prepared for that. I get a little attached to things that I make sometimes. Okay, lesson learned. If you pull it like that, it'll curl, just like gift ribbon. Anybody remember doing that? Running your scissors down. Ooh, perfect, beautiful. Okay, I'm in a weird mood today, I guess. And how many? Quite a bit. I don't know. Well, now I'm very hot because I'm wearing wool pants and a flannel. It's so chilly outside, it was really windy. I almost threw a stream up just pointed at the trees. Another curly one, I'll save those for something else. I have a little bag of scrap and stuff like that. Oh, Google rewrites history. Oh. I don't know if you mean me. I'm just gonna pretend you do and take it as the highest compliment. Not sure what I'm gonna do for Halloween. I do have a ton of black dresses, so I'm just gonna fit it. For a good 15 years in a row, I was a beer garden girl. I just wore a dirndl. I'm gonna do 6 on each side, which is 3 strips, just cut in half. I might, oh, should I leave it like that maybe? Yeah, that might be a little easier to attach and add some bulk. That. Yeah. Okay. Should keep it in place. And I'm gonna attach the other side and then follow it back. I need one more, I think, right? Yeah. Ooh. I never asked this, but if anybody is here, what part of the world are you in? I'm in Southeast Florida, and born and raised here. I briefly moved to Colorado for 3 months, which I probably would have stayed there, honestly, because it's gorgeous and there's so much to explore, and it just seems so endless. I did get a little kind of claustrophobic being so far from the coast. However, I was there during the dead of winter. Probably not the best time for a Southeast Floridian to attempt to move there, but it was gorgeous. The rent was really affordable for Victorian, or renting apartments in Victorian houses, and a lot of the apartments were in old carriage houses. Incredible. Okay, ow. Just poked myself pretty good. Haven't hooked myself anymore, but I did that one time. And I still have a big ol', well, it's pretty much gone. Bound to happen. Now, this design as is doesn't have any eyes, but I feel like I'm going to add some. I wish my taper or my head was a little less awful, but that's okay. Every day I get a little closer, but then a few steps back. I think that's natural. Do my little knots because I don't trust myself. And my stuff is still all over the place because I'm not sure when. Hey, Mr. Self-Destruction! Making another lure. Yesterday's came out, well, I think it came out pretty good. It's a mangrove snook deceiver? No. I mean, I feel like it technically is because of the marabou. So when it's in water, these will keep the structure and shape of the bait fish, that profile, but then these will move all over the place. And they really look like they're swimming, and they look really lifelike. I mean, the lifelike aspects, I feel like, is the objective for a lot of these. And, the guy that I'm really studying after, he passed away in 2018, however, I'm slowly accumulating every book that I could get my hands on. His name is Lefty Cray, and really did a lot of work for saltwater fly tying and fly fishing. Found a few books I'm really excited about that are in the mail. I'm gonna hurry up and get those heads cemented so I don't have to worry about it unraveling. Yeah. And then I'm gonna give it a haircut. Oh, I was completely off camera the whole time. I am very good at this. Okay, so let's see. I'm not feeling it. Might just cut off like an inch. I love it, the colors and the profile that I will succeed at eventually. Oh, it hasn't cured, yay. Mr. Resin is just, I don't know what I would do without it. I'm supposed to be wearing a mask. Oops. I decided I am not watching the news anymore today. It's probably why I'm in such a sad state. It all is too brutal for me. And I'm, of course, one of those assholes that's like, why can't we all get along? Never mind, I'm gonna go and secretly cry. And curses. And, every time I open any dang app, it's a whole nother goose laying a whole nother egg. I don't know if that's the same, but I might have to change pants because these pants are effective. They're from the 80s and they're French and equestrian, like winter pants, but they're very effective. I'm definitely not cold in here. Okay, let me get this under the light, cure that head, and I'm going to give it a haircut. Oh, God. I always want to put my hair back. I don't have, like, big ears. I mean, there's nothing about big ears. They're beautiful, gorgeous, beautiful. But, everyone has a little bit of a self-conscious thing, right? And I always put my hair up, and then when I don't, because I'm on streams, I'm always getting resin and coffee and all kinds of stuff. My mom sees these, you know. And she is not afraid to tell me to brush my hair or that I look like a ragamuffin. Is anybody else's mother called them that? She's still at the hospital, and just waiting on, my dad just got out of surgery. I'm not sure what kinds, because messaging back and forth has been a little difficult. I don't know if I'm receiving every message, and she's been trying to get sleep while she can, so I also feel a little hesitant to, if I don't get a response, I don't message, because there's a reason why I'm not getting a response. And look how beautiful. The stuff was $10 for like 18 colors. Ooh, it feels nice. It's got a lot of life. And a little off today, but just happy to be here. And free cooler. The bottom is a little damaged, however I really needed a cooler for fish. So it's gonna be ideal for that. I really want to try to find the cleanest water out here because I've never tasted bluegill or fresh tilapia for the matter, and there's ample amounts in all of the waterways here. And some are quite meaty, and there's also an invasive called mine cichlid or chiclet. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. However, they're really beautiful, and even to flay one up for the cats. Last time I caught one and hooked it, the Thomas Nathaniel the gator was trying to go after it pretty extensively, so I haven't been able to get down there with the canoe still. I really want to, but I'm gonna wait until Code has some time because I love gators. However, I know that more eyes the merrier, you know, especially in situations where maintaining absolute awareness of surroundings is very important. And it's very easy to get startled in a canoe and fill it with water. It really is. And maybe not as easy as a kayak. However, there's not a lot of areas that you could even climb up into or out of the canal. And found one promising spot that I really think that my bike could make it a little far. However, Code thought he saw somebody metal detecting. I wonder if they lost a ring or something. And yeah, slow night. And just season change in real time. I love heat and I love humidity. And it's already getting very dry, but this year I'm enjoying every second of it. Sometimes I have a habit of hibernating a little bit until summer returns, and I start sweating again. But this year I'm finding a few jackets and pants that I could stand to wear, because pants are not my thing, and it's because the pants designed for women are, I could see why a lot of women think that no one cares. That's all I'm gonna say. Between the pockets and the inability to even move, pants. But trying to find some pants that I, you know, could freaking climb a tree if I wanted to, which I do, and really enjoy it, because the swamp across the canal, hundreds of acres, and if I could get to a state of comfort outdoors, it gets really chilly out here. I think the grasslands really helps keep the air nice and cool, and I really want to at least try to hike to any number of the fishing spots on foot. A lot of the trails are not accessible to vehicles anyways, so really excited for that. There's a few boots that I found that I'm interested in. Code actually picked me up a pair of snow boots, but too attached to him, so I don't want to wear them in the swamps. I get them too dirty. And he's from Scotland, so I really want to go next time and explore. There's no trespassing, so you could actually enter castles and ruins and abandoned buildings. It's a dream. And I really gotta get used to the cold in order to experience that, because I could be a prude at times, and when push comes to shove, you know, I love the outdoors. However, it's gonna be a little different without a big old bottle of whiskey, that's all I can say. And the the swamp, there are stocked ponds, however they're really deep into it. If I had the map, I put it away, and I'm not sure where away is. It's huge. Huge, huge. Spans counties, and really dying to get back there. I've never caught, personally, a peacock bass, and I know that could be considered pretty dang basic. However, I think they're one of the most beautiful fish. And the colors, the vibrancy, anything that has like greens mixed in with oranges, for some reason, makes my eyes react in a good way. I really like the look of it. And I could look up a picture. They're caught all the time out here. And wow, it's 8:48. No wonder I'm a little tired. I woke up so late today though, so I'm juggling if I should like get some work done tonight and not worry about waking up late tomorrow, or trying to go to sleep really early tonight to wake up really early tomorrow, because I feel like I lost a few hours today, and that's I always get really distressed when I feel like time slipped out from my hands, because again, we live ones that we're absolutely certain of, regardless of, you know, personal beliefs. Everyone has them, and it's a beautiful thing. However, that alone, like, it could be an actual fear, I think, that I have of any form of time just going by without. That's why I really like crafts and things that I could work on at any moment, like waiting, or when I look at the clock and it's 1 hour, and then I look at it again and like thousands of hours went by. Whew, it's enough to, yes, that's what I'm thinking, Mr. Self-Destruction, because I'm not saying I'm the funniest human being there is, but I definitely use humor to navigate a lot, and it's just gotten a little. I miss well, it's redundant to say, because change is an active, ongoing thing that we all experience on an ever-changing planet. However, the drive for, it's like the individual is being stamped out, and I don't really know how to put it into words, but I feel internally it's not good. I know it's really taken, but, and I feel like that happens to everyone. You get past a certain age or something, and things look different, and not only are things different, but I feel like definitely I don't know what I'm trying to say. Anywho, making lures, happy day, and there's a few that I want to try. I haven't busted into this yet. I'm really, really excited about this. I wanted to take it out and collect all the loose bristles. That might be a little ridiculous, but I don't want any of this to go to waste, or feel like any of it's going to waste. Because look at the, oh, it's so soft. This is a bucktail. See all the loose fibers? I want to put them in the hair stacker, because even a few of these, like, I held one up at the camera yesterday. This one individual fiber is so vibrant, it's so noticeable. So just try to get any loose ones. I'm not sure how to use the hair stacker yet. I've seen videos, but for some reason when I go to use it, and I haven't sanded it very efficiently, so I think also it's a 3D printed hair stacker or fur stacker. Not sure. It's so soft. It really is exquisite. This is from Spawnfly, and the brand is hairline. Probably good enough there. It was $7.99 or $8.99, and it came with a little pack of dubbing, which is used. I'm sure there's many different uses for it. However, I see it mostly used as like the buggy factor to make it very like hairy or leggy looking. And I tried using some a long time ago on this. For some reason I used legs for wings. I don't know what this is supposed to be, but I was just trying to get used to the materials, and the legs kind of ruin it, but the dubbing is that deeper red stuff, really buggy and like lively looking. And that was the first attempt. Yeah, no more news for me. Too much. So this is the hair stacker that I printed on a 3D printer. And hello, Ann King, I just saw that now. Some pile of games on it, good and handy. Hello, Hollywood Have, I don't know if you're still here. A little slow moving today. Yeah, did you see what they did to Tomb Raider? I still can't get over that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with her, but there was nothing wrong with her. You know? And I'm not saying like all she's known for are her lovely lady lumps or what have you, but I don't know, she just looks a little different. I can't put my finger on it. They done messed up our girl, but it's alright. Now she's got nice pecs. Time these on here, and then I'll start adding, because even just a little bit, I think this will also help, because a lot of this stuff goes a really long way, and I think I have a tendency to use too much at once. Yeah, I'll put that one in there. And I don't know. I have some new theories, and there's not. Oh yeah, that's nice. It's just so vibrant and such a small amount. I cannot get over. Oh, I just snapped it. Eating some stew, but out of mustard. I really like the, I guess, Dijon mustard? The mustard where you can see the seeds, where it's pretty much all seeds. That stuff is medicinal. Anything kind of vinegary. Give a stomachache throughout the day, like mustard or dill pickles even. I'm trying to find some pickled Stachys floridon, or that Florida Betony. Florida Betony is a tuber that they look like grubs, and Betony is Betony, and I've been looking for it for years, but I don't think it pops up where I am. And the tubers, I could pull up a picture. What do I have? Eat the Weeds is a channel here on YouTube. Green Dean, he's like absolutely like he's a very valuable asset of today. But his book finally came out, Eat the Weeds, and it's wild edibles. A lot of those have the minerals that we lack because they're kind of bred out of the produce, from my understanding, if anybody knows more. all ears, but literally. And I'm gonna pull up a picture of Florida Bethany. The tubers are just astounding. Yeah. Gorgeous flowers. The leaves, nice, beautiful heart shapes, kind of like spade leaves. I'm gonna show the tubers. Yeah. They're edible raw. You could pickle them. Very crunchy, delicious sounding. I haven't tried them. I've been wanting to try these for like 15 years now. I first started getting into forageables. I was very young, and started with Spanish needle and sea grapes, stuff like that. I used to make South Florida salsa quite a lot, and that was just pretty much anything I could find growing, mashed together. And the Steakhouse Floridana, though, a friend of mine said people pay her to rip it out of their yards all the time. I'm sorry, I don't believe. I need proof, because I've been looking for it for a really long time, and I can't allow myself to. And I asked where, but I wasn't given any response. I was like, are you trying to make me feel bad or something? Because now I'm paranoid. But I just really want to eat the stuff. And I'm really excited to get a little more efficient fishing and a little more efficient being able to tell what water I could eat from, or just breaking my shyness barrier and asking locals. And as I can't wait to start blending the wild forageables with fish. For some reason, it was always kind of one or the other. And didn't have a cooler until today, so usually when I catch something, I kind of have to rush it back. And we really want to branch out, because right now I could only really access reef fish and whatever I could like by chance hook that's going in and out of the inlet, as far as larger fish. And I'm not totally aware of how many reef fish you have to eat in order to start causing issues. That's something I really want to know more about. So I feel like I've been sleeping on freshwater fish for so long. Like, I was embarrassingly very shocked that the not striped bass, the peacock bass is just right down the street. In every canal and every waterway. Ugh. Haven't caught one yet. I have a few alerts that are my grandpa's, and I'm trying to get as familiar with like certain little spots and sticking with that one spot, so I know if I'm getting tangled or if I... Hello, Trevor76. I hope you have a great week too, because, you know, all I can do, really. And, I don't know if you're still here, but, the weather down here has been changing rapidly, so I'm really interested in knowing what the temperature changes are in other people's parts. Because, it does get pretty cold here, and I don't know why it sounds ridiculous to say, because, like, Walter, I'm sure he's gone, but, like, he'll be like, wow, it's so nice out, wow, and I'm like, my body feels bruised because I've been shivering all day. But that's gonna change, because Tesla technology exists in the form of engineered clothing. Just seems so quiet today. Having a hard time focusing. I need chaos to thrive. I really do, though. A guy from One Direction fell off of a balcony. Just saw it when I was hitting the live thing. I don't know any One Direction songs, but I remember seeing him on every freaking magazine cover for a long time. And I just thought that was awful. Not a way anyone should go. I mean, exits are pretty heinous, but really intense. Briefly lived in a condo on the beach, and that was one of my biggest fears, was falling off the balcony. So it was a little like 2-foot cement kind of balcony, but then it had metal bars that's what you would rest your hands on. It's on the ocean, and it was like not aluminum, it was something that corroded instantly, and they were having to be replaced all the time. And where every screw was attached, that was corroded, and that corroded first. So the jointing, or how would you say, where like the structure is connected, or what should be, I don't know what I'm trying to say. If you went like that, you just heard everything moving and felt everything moving. And I always wondered how often those break when people are, because if it did break when you went like that, you'd go right over. And oh, it scared the crap out of me. One day I hope that a lot of the condos on the beach are owned. However, I do see more and more people renting them out. That's all I'm saying. Everyone thinks doing a little bit, beach condo, shoreline fishing 24/7. And it'd be really sick to either get Will's drone, the like a release, I believe the remote control release for the legs of the drone, so you could bring your line all the way out, because a lot of places balloons are totally prohibited, understandably. However, beyond balloon kites, but that's like gauging towards the wind, especially from the shore, because there's only one direction that you're trying to get, and if the wind isn't in your favor, well, then that doesn't work. And they're quite pricey too. I think they're like $50-$75 for a fishing kite. I really want one, but I think I'll try to make something first. I guess it'd have to be quite strong as to not break off and leave bits floating around. And but yeah, the shoreline fishing is I really want to get going, because especially spots that spend a lot of time swimming, you know exactly where the rocks are, if there are, and it's such a cool challenge, self-challenge, to be able to, and it's really good practice casting, but also to like outcast your last cast and try to cast as far as possible. The beach pole I have is quite long, old Zebco pole, and I haven't really given it that much of a go. I have to get a new reel for it, because this one's a little crunchy, and I'm not too oh, crunchy again. That's crunchy, right? I pulled it apart once just to oil it, but it's still really beautiful though. Zebco Great White, and I know people aren't that into Zebco. Apparently I'm very into it. All my reels are. But look how long. I am dying here. I want to get out there. I can't even lift it. It's just your average beach pole, but I haven't used it since I was a kid. And it was still at my parents' house, so my dad let me take it. And okay, is this ready for its haircut? I'm trying to ramble a little bit so I don't lose my mind waiting for this to cure, but I think it's ready. I have oh yes, a comb. Brush it. Oh, well, that actually helped a lot. I might wet it. I think. Maybe I'll just keep it closed in a book overnight to flatten it. just to get it looking a little better in the water. It's not going to matter because in the water it's going to straighten out. But I think it's just a little too long for my liking. But I'm wondering if I should just keep it this length and nah, I think I'm gonna cut it. Again, not good at all at cutting hair, so this probably isn't gonna go very well. Curl in the green is really kinked up. Okay, there we go. Get that a little shorter. Okay, you know what? I'm actually just gonna do one of these, like this. Oh, I'm scared. Ah. Ah. Horrible. Horrible idea. Oops. Crap. But that wasn't the full idea. So now I'm gonna brush it and then kind of trim the edges. See if I like it a little more. Loosen it up a little bit, making it up as it goes. It's always confused me when I saw hairdressers doing this. Serious artistry. This green is just really kinked up in that spot. Okay, I'm not cutting anything right now. Really glad I decided to go to the store before it closed. I wouldn't have found that a cooler. Slowly getting to a place, I think. There's just a slight discrepancy right here. I might try to ease that a little bit. I love these scissors. These were $5 at Hobby Lobby, and yeah, the colors I think are ideal. And I did want week or two ago. There's just like so much white. And been wanting to do another one with this EP fiber. There's so much of this stuff right now that could really go crazy with it. I know my confidence will slowly be shifting when I start testing this to see what things are biting. And slowly getting to a point where I could follow patterns. Not quite though, because I'm not sure about the order of operations in this. Like when to tie what in. And it does not look at all like the picture, but definitely using different materials, using what we got. I think I could even take a little bit more length off of it. Yes. Guessing on these guys, the taper get downward, nice fish shape eventually. For a good part there, I thought I put too much stuff, and now I'm thinking maybe not enough. Let me pull up what I was going for. There's this one too I really want to try called a Slim Jim, and really, is that it? Okay, mine doesn't look anything like that. I mean, it's not so bad. I'll hold it in a strategic way. Not so bad. When it's wet, I might try to do that. Meant to go and try to get some bloodworms for the gambusia today. I want to try raising them. As far as I know, there's a few different species referred to as bloodworms. These are the tiny little ones that you often see people feeding little fish. And I finally found their nests, kind of like made from debris, I'm guessing, floating debris. Gambusia or gambusia, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Here, I pronounce kind of both ways. And don't know what it is about it that's just not connecting. I feel like it'll look better shorter, but I'm trying to hold off because the look is not necessary, like the look to human eyes. I saw a book, I'm not sure if it was a book, but or an article called How to Think Like Fish, and I meant to look it up because I saw it in passing. See how that's, oh no you can't, I want this to go up a little bit more down here. I also was trying to find some women that does nail art to learn some of those tips and tricks from, because it's such a small scale, and I'm not the biggest fan of having stuff on my hands, but to each their own, and the artistry is just like extensive art is taking place from these people's hands, on these people's hands. It's glorious. And there's this stuff, I found out what it's called polygel, and it's a powder, but you take a brush, you dip it in this mystery, miracle, magical liquid, and then depending on how much liquid your brush picked up, it picks up that much of the powder, but it turns instantly to this sculptable, waterproof, when it's secure as plastic, and you can make any shape. People make hyper realistic just about everything. And if you look up polygel, it's wild what people can do with it. And I need some of that because I think for heads, for shrimp, I think that would be really useful. I was gonna try to decorate those for a friend for their birthday, because they really like the as big and loud as possible nails. I couldn't figure out how to do it at all. But I was thinking maybe even the plastic blanks could be used for the shrimp. And there's a really delicious shrimp pattern in here. Let's see if I can find it. And again, this is like $4 or $5 on eBay. There's tons of copies. Saltwater patterns by Lefty Kreh. Well, compiled by Lefty Kreh. A lot of his patterns are in here, as well as many others. Historical, as it says, with scores of new patterns, some innovative, some foreign, all proven. Delicious book, full of recipes. And marked all the bait fish that I have the materials thus far. Or for thus far. Oh, I just want to show the Slim Jim real quick because it's really, really interesting. It's just the negative space is really strategic. And these are gorgeous color combinations. I made a necklace, but it's in the other room. Carnelian, black onyx, amethyst, and peridot. Made a really, really beautiful color combination. Friend actually picked out the color combination, and I whipped her up a necklace from it. And as far as I could tell, she's been wearing it like every day. It's one of like the things that I hold internally, like, because I made plenty of people jewelry. I mean, I've sold plenty of jewelry. However, it just was a perfect match. I just feel like I did good or something. And that's not a feeling that had at Etsy for years and years and years. But look at that, the negative space, and because these fibers will go in and taper, and then these will move freely just like a fish would. Really, really nice. This whole book is absolutely jam-packed. And I wanted to do this. I believe that's the surf candy. A lot of videos on how to make these using the UV resin. And I believe the first video I saw was like, save your fishing trip with these. So they must be good. The whole book is absolutely packed. Look at that. The shrimp with the weed guard. I haven't learned how to apply the weed guard yet. But they're incredible. I cannot wait to get to a point of complete... Well, I know I won't reach a point of complete understanding. I think these are the ones that were on Lefty Kreh's daughter has been posting pink thing. I wonder if that's them. It looked just like that. So, hey, look at this. Incredible. Brutally beautiful shrimp. And then I'm gonna go to the back to see if I can find... There's this one shrimp that is... Wow, Semper Fly. Clever as heck. Shrimp. Shrimp and prawn. I feel like we were just there. Did that say 124? There's some more. That could be like a shrimpy shrimp. Wow, look at that. And some of the patterns look like hawks. The head of a hawk. But there's this one specific shrimp. Now, that's it. Here, let me find it. Let me set this down. I think so. Where is it? It does. I did come with a pack. I've been trying to rip more of these because I think this is going to be almost more ideal than some of the colors of proper tinsel that I have. And just do that. I might have cut it at an angle. Yeah, I did. Shit. It was so easy the other day. It worked like miraculously. And it looks like scales. I have gold holographic tinsel, but I really like this silver because most of the fish that I see up and close have silver. It works really easily. I remember tearing this stuff to shreds when I was a kid. Please work. Damn it. I really want to get as thin as possible. I have I have this. I'm not sure what they are though. And I keep forgetting to figure it out. I really don't know what it is. I have legs. These. Just like your basic legs. But I don't know what this is. It's stretchy. Is this also legs? Or is this maybe to wrap? To get like a buggy, ribbed body? I'm not sure. Really nice feeling. But I don't know what it could be. I knew I should have marked the shrimp. It might be in the other book. But as far as I can tell, both books have the same patterns in it. This one has more. Oh, I like that shrimp. Shrimp's really nice. It's really... When I figure out dubbing, because it's nice and thick, I don't know how to dub yet. And I don't know how to get the fibers going one direction. It's a little lost on me. But this is probably the greatest book that I own. And there's that crab I want to try so bad. But I'm gonna wait until I'm a little bit more. Like, look at that. I wish it didn't take me so long to get into this, but it's really the perfect... Oops. Sorry about that. Okay. I was wondering if I could use that for rib, because, like, larval stages, I tried using the beads to make these worms that are very common here. However, I think tying that green, on the head and then the butt of it to make it less of a bar. Because instead of that looking like a worm, it kind of looks like a worm on a hook. Well, not even quite that, but it was really close. And it's just, I didn't have anything that could make the body like that taper, but this would be ideal. Because I have dark green beads. And another thing that I can't seem to get the hang of is using mono to make like glass minnows or the crazy charlies, as that's another way to make a ribbed look, because the mono is clear. Any color or thread that you put under it will be kind of that color. I want to learn that so bad, because they all look so round. I found Post Fly and they have kits. And I was leaning on Tokens kits, and which I still really want to get. I love Tokens. Their prices is very affordable, and but found Post Fly, and their pattern boxes or their kits come with one completed fly, so you could really explore it. Because when I make a crazy Charlotte, when I try, or a glass minnow, the mono, I try to use as thin as possible, but I lose that like round shape. There's a clear like lump going down it. So I don't know if you just put a tiny bit at the end and start wrapping it. Where's this shrimp? I swear it's worth it. I'm just gonna look in this. This is the one I've been. And it's the same book. Same exact book. However, this one is just, I think it has less patterns. And that's, the other one is like the updated version. I got a really good deal on this, $8, and they could get quite pricey for this one. I'm sure maybe for collectors, I'm not sure. But this one, all the pages were stuck, like by the corners, so I was lucky enough to come across the listing, because I did not mind at all. Got a book of Tibetan Buddhist art. It's I used to doodle a lot, and I like adding like, you know, healthy dose of symbolism to kind of just nicely feel. And it's between Catholic art and Tibetan art that I'm really able to get lost in the pieces. And like one image you could stare at for endless amounts of time. And the Tibetan art is really, really... Ooh, that shrimp, there's a way larger picture of it in this. That's good. There's a weed guard. These dumbbells I'm gonna probably try to get. Been trying to take it easy a little bit as far as acquiring supplies. Just so I can make absolute sure. Wow. Incredible. Dr. Webb Robinson casting to one of the first billfish ever teased to the angler. He developed this teasing technique. Can't wait to get out there. Truly dying to get on a boat, like anywhere. There's nothing like it. And it doesn't even matter how much I go out, I will always get a little seasick, but we call that chum in these parts, and it's always welcome and never shamed. It's just an air bubble in your stomach. My dad, there it is. UV resin. I can't figure out an efficient way to bend the hooks. I tried to use my pliers, but it was bending the pliers. Alright, let me take a screenshot, because that is very highly valuable information. Let's see. So dubbing, when tied thread to hook, pull the thread. And I was wondering, like, because sometimes the dubbing, depending on what I use, I have a bag of kind of like yarn wool roving, which I regret not getting a pack of wool roving. They had every color at Hobby Lobby, but just gonna try and make my own. And some of the fibers I notice will really wrap around the thread, and some kind of repel itself from the thread. And I started pulling out some like waxes to try to melt to make a dubbing wax, and I've been using this to make dubbing loops, but I think I'm twisting too much, because my mind wants to twist as much as possible to really lock the fibers in it, but it wrapping around the hook would lock the fibers in it. I think I'm twisting too much. I made a shrimp yesterday, and just the dubbing is not the best. It's a little too thick, and I wasn't, it was hard to control, because it was like a, almost like a pipe cleaner at that point. Did want to try to brush it a little bit. Let's do that. metal brush I found on my parents' floor, the garage. Maybe that helped it a little bit. Alright, those fibers, I'm glad I did this because sometimes I'm convinced that this is not going to stay on. When I first started making jewelry, I used to be so afraid of knots coming undone. I would put like 50 knots, not realizing I'm not making it stronger, I'm weakening the fiber and the knot's going to fail as a whole. And I always think about that with this stuff. That helped it a lot, I think. I really want to make shrimps. This one looks more like a little cuttlefish or squid or something. So I call it shrimp heads. I think that helped. Oops. And I didn't add any of the the whiskers, if you will. Yeah. No, I'm gonna try that next time. Well, what am I making now? Maybe another shrimp. Because, oh, it's hot now. What was it that I needed dubbing for? A shrimp. Guess I should pick a pattern. What have I been using it for? What have I been using it for? Oh, I did make this last night before I forget. Just some scraps on the desk. It's just a bait fish. I'm going to trim all the stuff after I get it wet to see how it holds, but that's neither. I'm gonna just put a practice hook up, because then make sure that, I'm not sure what these hooks are made out of. So I have to change pants. These are designed for the French Alps or something. No, it's moving too much. Oh. Better. Trying to think of what creature to make, but I might just real quick and grab some. I mixed some green and yellow, made a really nice color. I'm not sure if this material is good for dubbing, but I might as well just stick to the white. Where is it? Oh. Get that. Okay. That Gypsy Rosegrove, saw her pop up back in the news. I don't know much about it. I didn't know about the Menendez brothers either, to be totally honest. I never heard of that. I hope they get help they need, because I watched like a 2-second video and it was really distressing. I don't know how they... Okay. Okay, so... Would it be on a fish? So maybe I should just use the eyes. Over here. I guess I'll try to make the shrimp. Got plenty of eyes now. All different color combinations. Is the something angler that I first saw this little trick. Oh, I'm using green dubbing, so I feel like green eyes would be a little too much. I'll use pink ones. I feel like I should plan this out a little bit. Try to just... Okay, so if I'm gonna do pink eyes, these eyes are quite large, I guess, for this. Maybe the green one. Maybe the greenish shrimp. Whatever exists. Just trying to make the banded coral shrimp not too long ago, but got another case of just ahead. Maybe I should add... I'm not exactly sure how to plan like that. Maybe yellow. Just gonna add some marabou to the front. Got some yellow finally. Wish I have a few yellow ones from the Thanksgiving mix. That's one thing I regret not getting pretty much every color. I had every color marabou feathers. Just wanted a little something. And this time I'm going to try to add some of the legs in place for antennae. Not all the way. That should be all right. And then the eyes. And I'm not exactly sure how to add them, so yet another thing I kind of just hope for the best. And then like that. Maybe I should not try to add both eyes attached to each other. I should cut them. Oh. Just trying to get them to stay a little bit more. It's looking Oh no, they slipped. Maybe I should just cut them. I'm gonna try to pinch it like a lot. I'm not the best at adding the things to begin with. There it is. Whoops, those are madly uneven. Oh, that's what really. Okay, I'm just going to backtrack. Why is that uneven? I'm just so afraid of them falling off, I think. That's why I've been keeping them together. And then when I look at the eyes, like, ooh, in shops, it comes both ways. Connected and separate little, kind of like something a florist would use for the inside of a flower. I cannot get determined because I really like this color combination right now. Yellow and green. Wish they would just stay. I think that's as even as I'm gonna get. I don't want them so close together, I just want them to stay put. Very good. Alright, okay. Now I'm going to add, what does a shrimp look like again? I also meant to print out some shrimps. I found a like coloring book pages for the anatomy of a shrimp, because it's like trying to draw something from memory. Even if you've seen an apple 1,000 times, it's like kind of gets lost in the moment. Like being able to picture. I just need to see one shrimp. Alright, yes, that's what I'm talking about. The really long things. So there's those. I guess I'll use flash, crystal flash, and green. Yeah, green. And these are going to be its antennae. Apologies to shrimp if they call it something different. The crystal flash has such an interesting feeling to it. When you pull on it, it's got some stretch, but it's such a tight coil, it almost feels like it's alive and wiggling around, almost to the dubbing part. Like there. Probably should have added it a little farther back so it had plenty of room to lay itself down. Okay. And okay, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and do one of those knots that make me feel a little bit more secure and like nothing's going to unravel. So my idea for the I keep forgetting this is not even on the camera. Sorry about that. I'm telling you, I'm having an off day, but we don't have them often, so don't really pay no mind. Just get over it. So there's the antenna. And so I want to have the dubbing be its body. And I'm gonna try to just, I guess, go back a little bit. I'm gonna start it here, because then I'll go forward and then back. I'm not sure if dubbing loop or I'm gonna give this one like a, yeah. When I watch people do it, they make it look really effortless. Just never wants to stay. I did it a little bit, I think, maybe. Dubbing noodle, that's what the guy was saying. Oh my god, I think it's wanting to stay on this time. Oh, I didn't think this was gonna work. Wow, it really stayed this time. No. I feel like that's gonna be plenty. I might have to twist it up a little bit more. Oh, I'm not going this way. I'm gonna get a little bulk there. Yeah. Go back down. I might have went a little hard up there, but it's so very close. Huh. Okay, let me pull this stuff. So just need a little bit for that back. That's 9-day difference. That's 9-day difference. I always want to add a little tail to it. I think I'm going to keep this one as it is and then look up some proper shrimp patterns, because I think that's the only thing that I really need dubbing for, and that's what's been holding me back trying to make shrimp. And that's the main one I really want to make. Bait fish, of course. Oh, I bent it a little bit. Dang it. Let's put this stuff in its tray. Just kind of on standby. 9-day difference. Sharpie. Take some of this green. Just, why not? Do not forget Sharpies when I go, because they've been instrumental in really getting any color. Cool. good measure. Before I cut it, let me take that wire brush. As the gentleman says, for that nice buggy look. I think it's mainly flies. Stretch his eyes out a little bit. They have quite long tentacles, but not this long. I also read that you do a slight differential in I always have to remind myself that on land and how it looks in water is going to be very different, because I wasn't very impressed by the first shrimp I made until I saw it underwater, and I was like, for a 2-second shrimp, that unlocked a lot of things. I thought I needed proper material, but hey, now, little shrimp, a proper little shrimp. Well, as proper could be thus far out of all the shrimps that I've made. And God, a little Green Bay Packer shrimp. I don't know much about sports, but I like emblems. I do. God, thank you, Ian King. That pushed me to try the dubbing again, because really just been figuring out things along the lines of watching and then trying to deploy things. Fierce, I think you're totally right. There's a hurricane cold front, and it is quite chilly. And a little shrimp. This time it looks a lot more like a shrimp than all the other shrimps I tried. And the dubbing, I don't know why I'm always convinced it's just gonna fall off, but it's on there. I steel brushed it and it's not going anywhere. It is so sick. I wonder what temperature it is outside. In Palm Beach County, but all the way west. It says 72 degrees. I guess that's pretty much. I have some French equestrian pants on, but no, I'm sweating bullets. I was frozen solid though when I got back. Found a cooler in the trash can I could be using for fish. See how this dubbing, it's very thick, bulky, kind of not good shape, thicker in the back. But then this, and I made this yesterday. Nice, way more natural taper, natural shape, not going anywhere. On this one I forgot its antennae, so it looks like a cuttlefish or a squid. That is next level difference. I still want to add next time like another bunch of marabou up top, so the eyes have kind of like a helmet of feathers. I really gotta study shrimp more. I have a book coming on waterline insects, and then I think I might even just get a kid's book for insects. I haven't been able to find many like textbooks, not a textbook, encyclopedia of insects, and one for crustaceans too, because the shrimp is called candy here, and as far as bait, and live shrimp's really hard to find. I know of one local tackle shop that has live shrimp. I forgot what it's called. It is right on the west end of Blue Heron Bridge, and it closes quite early. However, they have pretty much, they even have sand fleas, which none of the tackle places have sand fleas. And swimming, you see a ton of sheep's head. I actually have a chisel in my bag. this. I'm gonna try to make some chum of barnacles. Not at the swim spot because it's not legal. It's a preserve of sorts, a dive trail. So no take, no effect, and no spear, but how there is a fishing pier. And so I'm trying to find a spot that is absolutely inundated with barnacles, and I'm gonna give that a go. Sheepshead are one of those things that I almost don't want to catch because I just love them so much, and swimming with them is really big. But I always wanted to see their teeth and in person, so gonna chum some barnacles next time. And now that it's getting cooler, it's gonna be really nice to try to camp at Peanut Island. $6 overnight, communal gas station. Having a day. Communal fireplace, the old Coast Guard station, the JFK bunker. There's a presidential bunker there. It's kind of just a thing to visit now. I mean, I'm sure if push came to shove, like, it would be used for someone. It's a legit bunker, and really, it's all on Peanut Island. JFK bunker. I hung out by the entrance a few times, but never been inside. A friend of mine, his close friend, is the one who maintains it, but I never was able to plan a day where I could go down there. So it's wild. It's like, if you didn't know it was there, it would be the last thing you'd ever expect to see. Yeah, it's right on this tiny little island called Peanut Island, the Kennedy bunker. And on the inside, it's as presidential as it gets. You got the seal. One of Kennedy's presidential sinks is on one of my friend's boats. And it's got the seal and everything. Quite a few things from Kennedy, actually. And the bar outside is John Lennon's. John Lennon briefly owned a house in Palm Beach. I'm not sure if he actually lived in it or how much time he spent there. But when the house was sold, a lot of the stuff was salvaged and used for all kinds of things. But yeah, it's so sick. And like, here's like, I'm guessing some form of I'd like to talk. Radio communications. Really, really sweet. I want to see it so bad. And it used to be open. They used to do tours. However, I haven't heard about anything for a really long time. And I'm not sure how deep it is. So let me look that up because that would be interesting. The Kennedy bunker depth. It was buried 12 feet underground. That's it. So the bunker's entrance is a 40-foot tunnel made with corrugated metal that sloped down and then turned 90 degrees. The ceiling, bunker ceiling, is covered in lead plating. I guess maybe for radiation. And it's concrete. The bunker is covered by 18 inches of concrete and 12 feet of earth. It was built in 1961 to protect from radioactive fallout in the event of nuclear attack. It's designed to house up to 30 people for 30 days. That's wild. I guess I've only seen a few pictures because 30 people seems so small. However, I get when push comes to shove, you could fit a lot of people in a small area. There were Kennedy Bunker auf Peanut Island. Very cool. I don't want to live in those days. I really don't. World War III is like Just a nightmare, honestly. Their human history, we've lost enough soldiers to these childish games. I'm not kidding, but childish is probably, I was kidding about that part. I really wish that the world leaders could just duel or joust or play a game of chess, not sending our youngins. And I think that's one of the hardest pills for me to swallow growing up is every day I look in the mirror, I look older, and our soldiers look younger and younger, to the point now they look like kids, because they are kids. Messed up. I heard someone say, like, the reason why they're suing is because, like, at that age, like, that's the perfect age for your head to be fit into a jar, or something like that, and it was just so dark. Because, really into the French Foreign Legion, like, just fascinated by it, and don't know much about it. I know that a lot of people after their career in the military, they have so much, I guess you could say talent, but in training, and French Foreign Legion, they do pretty much what no other agency can do, and the training is grueling, but there's always one, I guess, faction. I don't know if it's considered like a global thing or strictly French. I know that everyone learns French. However, people from all nations are able to join it. And, yeah, I'm hoping so, because, like, I have a theory that, like, because I really don't hate anybody, and, like, both sides seem like someone I could get down with on a personal level, like, eat some food or something, I don't know. I could get along with a lot of people, doesn't matter, I don't have to, stick with people that are, like, similar to myself, because, like, there's so many different types of people on this planet, and they're all, like, brilliant as is, and, I don't know if she, I don't mean to say that gives it away, I don't know if she wants to be, and I don't mean it in, like, fear in people's eyes is not the easiest, but it's not the hardest to miss at the same time, and I know I wouldn't want it to be, I don't know, I really don't know. I'm starting to notice something else, like, internally, that's, rearranging some of my, thoughts. And again, there's nobody that I have genuine appreciation for every single human being. Not necessarily their choices or things that they put, like, out there or whatever, but that has nothing to do with, like, how I feel about just individuals. And, like, I could only see the world and, like, have opinions based on my viewpoints, but it's like, did every king and queen want to be a king and queen, or were they picked and, like, put into that? I don't know. I just feel bad, I guess that's what I'm trying to say, because, like, I feel bad for the human beings behind the roles, if that makes sense, because they're all human beings. Even that Waltz dude. I'm sorry. Guy wears me out a little bit. Just a little bit. You know, like, I'd never heard of him before. And, yeah, I don't know, I can't put my finger on it. I don't want to sound rude, because I'm not trying to be. But, because again, he's a human being. However, I just, like, I mean, I don't know what to say. It's also, like, how to have an opinion on something I don't have an opinion on. Because I really don't. The older I get, I feel like I should, but, I just feel bad for the individuals, because what a genuinely shitey show. Like, it's a bad scene, man. Like, you got one that has to, like, and, like, I don't know, I don't get it. It's a lot of, it's dizzying, because, I don't know, it's just so hard to talk to people anymore, like, to even gauge anything, because I try to get, like, you know, a little bit more information on one side or another, and all I know is really only one side just instantly starts calling me names and saying I'm, like, stupid and out of touch and need to, like, go screw myself, essentially, when I'm just trying to figure out, like, what are the differences between both sides. I thought that's, like, what you're supposed to do. Like, say, in high school, you're running for president. Oh, I'm gonna get a soda machine, for the hall. But, like, you gotta think, like, is that a possibility? Where are they gonna get this soda machine? And what does the other person have to offer? And then you make your decision on that, I thought. And, not, like, what other people expect, because that doesn't make any sense. Then it's not a choice at all. It's not a choice. I don't know what it is, but it's definitely not a choice. And I thought that was one of the things that made this country great, was being able to vote who you thought would be best for not only your nation, but for your own personal life. And that has been completely soured. And to the point, like, I mean, I had a family member calling everybody saying, if you vote for this person, like, I'm never talking to you again. It's like, I don't even remember the last time you called me. And I don't think you've ever wished me a happy birthday in my entire life. Maybe once. Maybe once. And I don't even mind. Like, I don't expect people, even family members, to remember birthdays for or anything like that. But it's just, the threats really turn me off. The if you do this, you're an idiot, really turns me off. If someone says that to me, I'm doing it, like, twice. And, like, yeah. I may bitch a lot, but I'm not an angry person, and and if I have, like, I don't know, I'm also not trying to say I'm better than anybody, because I'm not, but I'm just at a loss, I guess. I just, and it's not, like, something, I feel like that's an absolute nightmare job, to be totally honest. Like, an absolute nightmare. It takes a certain person for sure, and everyone goes on and on about how America's nothing but a corporation, it's nothing but a business. Well, then why wouldn't you want a businessman in front of it? I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying anything based on my personal opinions of whatever, up or down, and it's like, that's my response to that kind of, and I can't help but notice, like, for instance, there's a Trump parade, a boat parade, locally, and Paul DeBille got some epic footage of it. Gorgeous boats, vessels, people having a good time. And again, I don't care who people vote for, that is their right, that's the whole point. And you should have saw the comments, like, oh, you lost a subscriber. It's like, dude, it's Facebook, are you gonna unfollow the page? And but there's always a dick in the crowd. That's what my dad always said. There's always a dick in the crowd. And there was a boat that had, you know, flags, the stolen symbol flags, because it's a symbol used throughout, like, all of human history. Those, they were splashed, ridiculed, shamed by the people that are supposedly, like, all gung-ho for that kind of thing. No. And, but then, like, the other side is, I can't get into it. I can't get into it. Too much, like, unfair hatred. Like, I get hate as a natural thing, like, we all feel for whatever we have hatred for, but it's just, it just, again, I can't get into it, just a total turn off for me, and I feel like, that is not the world I want to be in. I'm slowly retracting more and more, like, into just, big empty spaces, because it's gotten to be, really troubling, and, like, went from, every nation, every time period has its horror stories, and the origins of any nation is not any different. However, we've built this as close to utopia as you can get, in my opinion, and every culture, every religion, and it's just being, like, completely dismantled and like cheered on, which is really enough to bug you out, that's for sure. And the separation is just astounding. It will be studied. I mean, it probably already is studied. It's yeah. The Virginia Corporation. I've never heard of that. I don't think. And also, I always have to remind myself that I think as a pedestrian, I have no experience in office or any form of leadership roles, or business even, or stocks. I mean, I had stocks in Ford when I was a kid. It was a birthday present from a family member, and then they took the stocks out, never closed my account. Years later, the, like, literal stock exchange is, like, calling me, trying to get me to give them $200 for, like, an empty profile or something. And so an English joint stock company that colonized the eastern coast of North America in the 16th. Interesting. I don't know anything about this. Intense emblem. Trying to see what the little symbols are on the shields of this, what are the, oh my gosh. The very old, I guess, secret society, and they had the red crosses. Oh. I don't know if that's what it's depicting, but it's just reminiscent. Their shields. I'm sure that's pretty standard to have crosses. What are those they called? Who used Roslyn Chapel? List of secret societies, if you will. Knights Templar. That was it. Took a second. Okay, so the cross is different. I don't know what I'm trying to bridge. Speaking of potassium, I think there's quite a few bunches of bananas on the trees. I keep meaning to go out there. Yeah, citizens are worth more. Deed. Very dark. I wish I could put it into words, but my memory is so faulty. Because I really don't discuss it. I consider a lot of it like, almost like modern mythology or modern folklore or our legends. And, what's it called? Jordan Maxwell, makes a lot of like word by word connections that, I still can't believe he passed away, but I'm gonna run out. I'm gonna like run outside for 2 seconds. I have like wool pants on. I can't think if I'm sweating. I'll send you the one that was ideal for at least travel cooking. That did the trick. Oh my god, it's cold out there. It's not cold, but it's chilly. And enough to wake up my senses. It just gets a little hot back here. And the fan blows everything around, so I haven't been. There's so Virginia Corporation. Let me check this real quick. Oh, I'm still 20. Rocket stove. Just gotta send this link. Trying to get cooking outside. That one's 90. And the proper rocket stove. I always wanted to make one, but I just don't see I don't see myself trying to cut through a propane tank. I'm definitely afraid of propane tanks for some reason. Love cooking with them, but definitely afraid of them. What's the of even a steel drum. Just, they've been really hard to track down out here. I think I cross wires a lot because 1 second I'll be reading about, like, I just can't stick to a subject, and I mean, there's so much stuff happening and has happened, and planets, uh, there's just so much that I at least want to see as many directions as I can while I'm here, because, oh, that's funny. But and like the past, like half the time I don't know where to begin, and let me see what he says. Jordan Maxwell, Virginia. I wonder thankfully, a lot of his videos are popping back up, but for a long time it was really hard finding like full segments of Maxwell's works, and like not Wilhelm Reich, Jesus. What's the other guy? Not even related. Wilhelm Reich, who's that? Oh, he's the Oregon guy. Friend of mine has Cloudbusters, all kinds of stuff. She makes intense organite, and she even makes it like to look like stones, and she calls it I think it's called gifting. She hides it all over the place. Let's see. I just wanted to see if he had like any. Because it was established in the 1600s, and I feel like there's a lot of different avenues of thought. Because as far as I'm concerned, there's no plenty of beginnings, but I feel like less than half endings. I've really never heard of this. I really never heard of the Virginia Corporation. Oh yeah, Frank died. I accidentally scrolled to the news thing. Frank from American Pickers. For the last few years, it kept articles kept popping up that he passed away, but they were all fake, and then he finally did. Whoa, I never heard of that either. The Great Massacre of 1622. There's so much I've never laid my eyes on. And only recently have I been starting to try to understand more of American history, because it took a long time for me to appreciate it, because I did fall into the thought forms of like that it was, I don't know, I listened to a lot of punk music, Crucifix, and like, you know, and went to Catholic school, so I think it was really easy for me to fall into kind of the thought that this was the worst place ever, which is not at all. I am fully appreciative now, and you know, one thing I always wished was like, as a kid there was more culture. However, I realized there's unlimited culture, because every culture is grounded and not grounded, but like within its foundation. And I don't mean like the OG foundation, I just mean like the active foundation. And every era is wildly different here. It's not like I've never like it's fluid, and feels like it's backtracking a little bit, but I think that's just natural, maybe. But it did take, you know, quite a long time to really appreciate my own country. As hard that is to admit, actually. I'm trying to put it into words. Code Lock is from Scotland, and just like the differences and the freedoms and the abilities, that's one of the real reasons that I started seeing everything differently, because yeah, it's amazing. I find that a lot with older books, and I get like not everything could be fit into a book, but the information, I feel like it's definitely purposeful. And because I can't imagine it's easy to manage a population, and but managing and toying with are two different things. Managing and complete control is two different things. I mean, controlling and like mind controlling is two different things, because like that's why I always used to give the analogy of the penthouse and the ground floor. Thankful to be part of the ground floor, street access, and because if anything happens to the structure, the top falls the hardest, and already so close to the ground that we know how to work with it, and not as much separation. Wow, I didn't think about that. I think the oldest book that I have is from the 1800s. A few late 1800s, but I think it's a book of poetry, and it's green. Bright green. Let me grab it real quick. I think it's from a decent. maybe it's not the one I was thinking of. Quite a few green ones back there, but I don't think it's the one I'm thinking of. I think this one is from the like early MCM one. I used to know numerals really well, but it's been a minute. Oh. That can't be right. Because these notes are from 1918 in it. Like the handwritten. There's a lot of handwriting in it. This isn't the oldest one, it's just the oldest green one. But that can't be right. Because it was 1954. Why would there be... Oh, no, it's not. Okay. $1904. Alright, so that's still... Oh, sure. I thought this one was older, but I haven't really picked up this one in a few years. Just found it on a big old box. But I did get a copy of Morals and Dogma. Sifted through it quite a bit, but haven't really dug too deep into it. I don't know what I was expecting, but it's pretty cool. It came with this from 1995 George and Past Shrine Club from Shriners. So Shriner had it prior. And I mean, I think I expected something a little different. It goes pretty extensively in all the levels and some folklore and origins, but I think I was expecting a more like concise look on symbol. I really don't know what I expected from this. It's one of those books that I've always wanted to flip through, and then at the time I got it, this isn't the oldest copy. I believe it's from 1920 or 19 let's see, I'm not sure. It has a stamp of 1920, so entered according to the Act of Congress. I know it was written in the late 1800s, but I think it's from 19 something. But I really want to understand what I'm reading, and hadn't really find a little bit of like a study group or something maybe. I actually did comment on a Mason's meme page, and I joined a few groups and I was instantly banned because I kept asking like what's the symbolism of corn and like stuff like that, and someone answered and they're like, you can't give away our secrets. Talking about the symbolism, like not the secrets or whatever. And but I think that was just like a self-policed group and a Facebook group, and talking to like actual Masons is way easier and pretty dang forthcoming with information, because understandably it's a totally different thing than when it originated. And I think a lot of people have such a great respect within that they're more than happy to talk to people. And I did try to go to a lodge, but one guy comes out and doesn't say anything, another guy comes out, doesn't say anything, and I think like another guy came out, didn't say anything, and then a few other people came out and was like, you can't be in here. And it's like, but it's, I wanted pamphlets, and they weren't very And I told them that it was very cool that their Masonic Lodge was a masonry building, it was a brick building. So, and I like whether it be different denominations or different religions completely, or different these, um, some things could get a little culty. However, I have a hard time differentiating between any other, because I really am pretty dang steadfast in like the individual like rights to, I mean, like Scientology I'm not that into, because the shame tactics and stuff like that on there, and same thing with the NKT, which is a CCP backed sect of Tibetan Buddhism, and but that's neither here nor there. It's a sex cult, 100%. I mean, I don't know 100%, but it's my uncle did write a book on it, and it's called Polluting Buddhism, and available on Amazon. But he has some of the emails that the NKT wrote to him, and one of them was, you probably, I don't know how to say it. He told him to suck the Dalai Lama's titties. Like, not even kidding. It's a whole email. I never laughed as hard as I did when I was reading that, and I was writing the book. And I think on that note, I think I'm gonna disappear now. There's so many groups and things that people choose to be involved in, people are born into, and they all have their own language, and they all have their own symbolism. And a lot of the symbolism can be traced through different times, and you'll see the same, like Jesus' family tomb. Even if there was a slight chance that it could have been the family tomb of Jesus, and like one of the reasons why is because, you know, his body transcended. However, like, what happens if, like, in K-Pax, like, he left the light, but his shell was still there, type of thing. I don't think that takes away from anything. And like, when the archaeologists got there, the like children were playing with the bones as if they were soccer balls, and like the tomb itself has a very interesting symbol, and it was found by accident. Oh, that's what's happening. The bolt was here. It's really, really interesting. There's a documentary and a book. I only got through part of the book. However, and I get that there was only a finite amount of names in circulation. However, all grouped together, like, it was the Romanized form of Mary, which would have been on point for the Arian period. There was James, and Jesus is what could be, possibly, because possibilities, you know, are possible. This is Yeshua ben Joseph, Jesus, son of Joseph, and just like a bunch of correlations like that. I just think there was enough like correlations for it to have been like the greatest and biggest archaeological excavation that has ever been. However, it was quickly scrubbed, and really difficult for archaeologists to even be able to make contact with the site. And that's one of the reasons why I do like filtering through all of the, I guess, societies that are really entrenched in symbolism, because it's not so much the teachings I'm not personally interested in, even though I am interested in that. It's the symbolism and the languages. Well, look at that. And one can't help but notice how eerily similar that is to the all-seeing eye within the pyramid. It's just there's another, no, as far as I could tell, there was no other tombs quite like that. And again, to me, it doesn't matter if it is or isn't. It's just, it's there. It was found. It exists. It was, who knows? And I just don't think it takes away from anything, because in that point, like, it's the teachings that is, even just like thinking or trying to picture the time period for a moment. Holy hell, quite literally. I would not want to time travel very far back. And as a response, like, Jesus the person was heavily necessary to even like try to bridge gaps for humanity to take place. And because it was really just can't imagine how scary everyday life in the past was, just like the ancient days. And it came a long way, and I really don't have many opinions on it, just more so very interested in it. Is this working? And I'm interested in every religion, really. And because there is a lot of correlation, and if I would say, like, kind of as a joke, but not really, like, they didn't have Wi-Fi and there was no way to communicate from point A to point B, yet there was like so many correlations and very similar instances, as well as like, really trying hard to, because it is a area that like brings a lot of offense to people, just like even thinking out loud. But no, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. The ascension, and I can't help but think that the tomb should have just been respected a little bit more. Because if you watch the Jesus family tomb, it's not even like I'm convinced by it or anything. I just find it really interesting, and something that I never thought of. Because like K-Pax, or like, I don't know, that's a hard one to reference because of Mr. Spacey, but it is also in one of my favorite movies ever, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, but that is neither here nor there. Because, like, I guess I just don't know the specifics. When I was trying to look up certain things mentioned, I couldn't really get any, get past that part. And, like, so I try to think of, like, well, if that wasn't the case, and I know that's redundant because if it is, it is. And, it's, and, yeah, see, like, the whole, yeah, so that's a good point. It wasn't always flood worldwide. Never really thought about it like that. Because then if it was, everyone would have had the same experience, and like, there's a lot, and I don't know what people were doing on one side of the planet as opposed to the other in any given timeline or time period, but it's an interesting thought hole. And like, I think Like if the flood was worldwide and a messenger is sent on this part of the world, would there also be one sent on this part of the world? Would there be sent worldwide? And that's something I think about a little bit. And like, because if he's the one on this part of the planet, is there also like that same avatar, if you will, on the other side, or are they just like left out of the equation? And because as far as I understand it, like I just don't know how to say it without I don't know the timeline. Like, I'm not talking about the timeline like within Christianity. I'm talking about like the worldwide timeline. Like if and on top of that, the planet itself, like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of the words to say out loud. But like worldwide, and because it's a really big planet, and every part of it has been inhabited. We're like on like continental, and I don't know why my mind's not working right now, but I think it's more so like just curiosity, and because the timeline is really intense even too, because when did Christianity start? Did it start with Jesus? Because from my understanding, I mean, that is my understanding, I guess. But Moses lived like well before, and Noah. What is that? Noah. And Noah was. And the worst part is, I'll be totally honest. I went to Catholic schools for 10 years. My whole family's Catholic, and but they never really delved deep into the timelines, into the individuals, and everything like that. And mainly just the commandments and that kind of thing, but never like times and places or anything like that. So all of that is pretty abstract to me still. And let me see if I could find biblical timeline. There is a yes, it's a hard one for sure. I could see like my aunt is was a nun, so and she's pretty extensive as far as her studies. However, never really have been able to ask questions without sounding like I was, like, because in any form of doubt, like, is, not, like, doubt is had, but if it's, not picked up on, because then it would be had, but if doubt is sensed, regardless if it's there or not, then, questions are usually shut down, and, I found that a lot with, within, like, just trying to understand, and, like, I know I asked some dumb questions, but if you ask enough dumb questions, they're not so dumb anymore, and stuff like that. And I try to get the simplest parts and bits out of the way first. And like there's a ton of books that aren't part of the canon, and I'm not sure how legit any of them are, but the stories are really nice. Like the Adam and Eve, the book of Adam and Eve, like the separate book, and I don't even think it's part of the, oh, what is that, the Apocrypha. I know the Catholic Bible has more books in it than some denominations, like some are excluded, and like Bell and the Dragon is excluded. I think it's in the Book of Daniel, and books that it's not excluded, like the translation is totally different. Like I believe in the Catholic Bible it says like slaying a dragon with gold cakes, but I could be totally wrong. And yeah, and that's another thing. Like I have a copy of the Book of Enoch, of course, and the Adam and Eve. I don't know what book it is. I could grab it. I have quite a few like like old Catholic Bibles, because they have pretty well, like it, the one that I used for trying to like dissect some stuff just for personal activity, it does contain the Apocrypha. But and it's been so long since I read any of it. Like the only thing I can remember of the Book of Enoch is describing the sea of crystal, or sea of glass, not glass, but crystal, like clear crystal, and the throne and the lights and the different colors, and like in the sky, and how one moment at point A and blink of an eye or point Z, and I think it's such I mean, there's so many directions, and I don't think any direction could be possibly like I don't want to say wrong, because I don't feel like there's like, I feel like good and evil or right and wrong are two different things, and like, and not everyone could read for a huge extent of human history, and I know translations got a little hectic. One fascinating thing is typos, accidental typos, ancient typos, where it would change the meaning like ever so slightly. But that's when it's like handwritten books, and I don't have a clear example. I just watched a short documentary and I was like, oh, that's interesting, never thought of that, and then kind of forgot about it. But and I think it's a lot clearer if an individual is good or bad than the information that they have is, like, because the one is like what they've absorbed through just existing on the planet, and from others, and one is like what their output is, and like how people could be the most loving humans possible and never have any experience with any form of religion, because there's like just an internal thing. It's hard to put into words without crossing too many streets, because I really don't know how to put it into words. This is all stuff that I just like read personally and never really discuss out loud, and definitely hard to put in words. I'm not sure. My Bible is my grandma's. It is a chunky thing, and a lot of correlations, and within everything. It seems to be pretty standard within a lot of communities, or like straight up almost stolen. Like, I was thinking about people who, like, really bugs me out when Christians are like kind of put down, because without that, then there is no, I mean, it's freedom of religion here. Been that way, and it's a beautiful thing, because it is all like thought based on human existence, and like, you don't have to have any form of understanding to get something from the message, and in any realm. And I was thinking of like, I mean, thinking like something that oh gosh, Mark Twain, I believe, said when he went to Hawaii, he's like, oh, what a shame, because they don't know the word, they will not get into heaven. That kind of thing, like, makes me trip a little bit, because it's a really big planet, and it's hard to put into words. And I'm already of the thought that every single human being has immeasurable gems within them, and are all very important, even ones that get lost along the way, because we are wild animals to an extent, and like, coexisting, I feel like, is a part of our nature, but at the same time, I mean, you can see how quick people turn on each other, and it doesn't even matter if it's like within the same belief system or same family. There's still that like wild streak that, and stuff like that, and because my mom's very Catholic. However, she's also very open to just about everything. And she allowed me to start going to a Buddhist temple when I was in 5th grade. And I still go there to this day, volunteer, hang out, meet the monks. Really cool people. They're always laughing. They're really, really funny, actually. And I go to church with her still. And volunteered at an apostolic church for a few years. Learned a lot about that. Have a lot of Jewish friends. Celebrated Purim. Got to make asparagus soup. That was pretty sweet. And ate a bunch of Hawaiian baby woodrow seeds, but that's neither here nor there. Never seen water that clear, and I felt very ill. But it was a special moment, and none of that was related. But anywho, I think the I think it's a lot to even like conceptualize. Like I can't conceptualize just about any of it. I know I don't like to make people feel bad, and I have a lot of internal like desires to like for a mundane example, do volunteer work, and like for a while I had people living in tents in my yard, and then I thought that was bad, so I let them stay inside my apartment. That didn't go very well, but it did, because I got one woman back home. She got funneled into the dark side of Lake Worth, unfortunately, and she had a stroke, so she couldn't use half her body, so she's the sweetest woman. She didn't want to ask for anything, so after to help her shower and stuff like that, and I was able to find her family. She was really nice. But oh yeah, where is that co-host? Pim Tool. That's a brilliant name. And like I made the joke to because I do like the hearing the Buddhist teachings. There's so many different sects, it's kind of redundant even like trying to describe any of it. It's just kind of very very chill dude, like just giving advice from his understanding of things, and it's hard to describe. Like it the art is incredible. That's also neither here nor there, but their whole thing is leaving samsara. And it's like, I don't want to. I really like this planet, and if I had a choice, I'd want to return here as many times as possible, or just never leave, thank you. But that's just more so a joke. Um, I do like this planet, and this realm, if you will. It's where the fish are. So if the flood was worldwide, would everybody have gotten a similar message, or is it just or is it the whole chosen? I'm a little bit of a people pleaser, so discussing religion is genuinely very difficult for me this way. I just like read it and just kind of personally take little dives, and like I think I like debating. However, I usually play devil's advocate, and naturally, because I really want to stretch it as much as possible for new ways to think. And so I always feel like I get more out of any form of debates than people realize, because I'm just kind of after different ways to think. Every day I think of something in a totally different way, and I like that, because I think one aspect of life is running every possibility possible. Why else would there be so many species and so many individual and so many differences, and all on one ball, disc, whatever whatever anyone wants to conceptualize that. I know it's too big for me to see, so it just I like new ways to think, because I think one, I have nothing against anything, but thought was like stomped out a lot. I made the mistake in second grade of saying that we were aliens, and they made me see a shrink. They didn't make me see a shrink. They wanted to talk to my parents to find out why I said. I did say it to the most religious teacher there. She was a nun and like worked there for 27 years, and she never gave me candy ever again, and she would never let me play the electric drums that were in the corner of the room. Her name is Mrs. Grabinski, and boy was she serious. And space freaks me out a little bit, a lot bit. Sometimes I want to just look at the sky and be like, wow, look how beautiful the stars are. But no, space is intense. You're just like, it's just, everything is intense. I'm quite taken back by every single thing. That's why I toss so many logs and just look at what's underneath. Because, and, I don't like the whole nothing created can be destroyed. And, I mean, constantly cycled, that's for sure. Even in regards to, I don't know, it's a one, it's and, I try to be as open as possible, and like I do feel like my personal opinions are redundant because everyone has personal opinions, and I don't have any like full-on understanding or like of anything, and try to keep it all fluid, and I feel like that's the easiest way to not fall into like pits of hate too, because I see that a lot, like especially now where everything is recorded and put online, so there's so many examples of people turning on each other or people just wanting the other person to cease to exist because they have a different pattern of thought and stuff like that. So I try to like see through it and like quickly like snap my view into a bunch of different hypothetical views, because it's, oh, my phone, no. Okay, so on this note, my phone is dead. Well, it's not dead. It's 7%. That's pretty good. But it stays on. As you can see, it's quite hot in here. I'm covered in sweat, but and it's hard to put things into words because I try to think out loud just so there's not dead air, or else I would just be silently sitting here trying to think of the most perfect way to put something, because I do think I get stuck on not wanting to sound like I'm saying something when I'm not, because it's easy to offend, it's easy to be offended, and it's sometimes not at all the not desire, but the objective. And like I think questions are hard to ask sometimes, because sometimes like not knowing the specifics or something like that, and like I said, like the never really delved that deep, and like each mass it was the same teachings, and every now and then it would be changed up for religious holidays, but it was pretty well the same thing over and over again. And they really took offense to any form of questions, and or any form of whys. And like I'm big on why, because again, like one person's dumb question could be also their missing piece. And like if you had instructions for something, it was a booklet, but a few pages were missing, the instructions would be mad unclear. And so I do try to maintain asking questions, even though it's really difficult and I have to like force it sometimes because I'm not trying to offend by any means. And I don't exactly know what I'm trying to understand because of the size and uh, and all the correlations within like global instances. And like I was talking to I can't say that. I think food might be a wise thing. I can hardly like keep my mind on track because it is very hot in here. And hello Arvind, Krishna Mohan, very cool name. I think it's just very hot in here, and I'm all too aware of the forever aspect of the internet, and I really don't want to offend. And I'm not trying to offend. I'm not saying like my questions are offensive, but I don't know what my questions are, and I think like I think I need to make a list, honestly, because it's such a it's like I don't think I'll ever come close to understanding how this planet works, and not even in the slightest. I and the more things that I do like run through my mind, the more I I have that sensation of knowing nothing, and which that's why when I do like say ignorance is bliss, I don't mean ignorance is bliss. I mean ignorance is bliss because like you're not afraid of not knowing or something along those lines. Not that don't know and I don't seek to know, but I don't know and I'm fine with that. It's not going to stop me from trying to seek any form of information, and and also I'm not really doing much with information other than trying to still more ways to think and different paths of thought or thought patterns and ways to think and ways to think through other people's existences also, because we are on a planet of billions of people, and it's pretty impossible for us to all think the same because we're all looking at the same diamond through different facets, and which is a beautiful thing. That's why comparing notes to me is so very important, because one person's like what they get from like one message might be different than the other person's, and like the discussion is to find the common ground or why, and just new things to be fascinated by, really. And thank you, Trevor 76. As to you, I hoping to probably, I keep saying I need to get some fishing in, but there's so much construction across the canal, but I'm a little too afraid to get the canoe down there, and kind of want to wait for the weekends because code works during the week, so I think trying to trek to the fishing spot all by my lonesome isn't the wisest decision, considering the gators and the water moccasins are very real out there, and it's not like a regular nature preserve where if you get lost and forget a compass, which I have a compass, thank you very much. I love that thing. It never dies. It never needs service, and military issued. It was my grandpa's, but anywho, one way I would always be able to unlose myself would be power lines. Very obvious way to get unstuck, but ain't no power lines out there. So I really want to plan it a little better than just heading out there. And I've been at that water hole a few times, and I think I just need to get some waders to walk further back into deeper water because I haven't even seen Gambusia in there. and I am really interested in finding it's the cleanest looking water I've seen, and yeah, it's not bad, but I'm talking crystal clear, like you can see the gravel underneath, and that's why I do want a dedicated room in Kinto. And I know it's um, uh, like I think it's gonna be the best spot. There's no way to get bans and like or anything like that, because there really isn't many spots these days could openly discuss things like that, unless you're like, I don't know, a philosophy club or something, but it doesn't help us. And could do a lot through that. And yeah, I did find snake boots, so I'm just trying to figure out what brand is true to size so I could get from eBay, so it'll be way cheaper because they're like $200-300, worth it. Snake boots, snake bite proof boots, waterproof. Very cool that they exist. I don't know why I didn't know that before, but hope y'all have a beautiful night, and I thank y'all for patience and no shame. Like, that's the worst thought terminating cliche. I don't know if it's considered one, however, but the shame is real, and it really stagnates a lot of thought, stagnates communication, it stagnates a lot of things, and I just don't see any place for it in a society where everyone is coexisting and building towards just being happy. And so I appreciate that able to talk about all kinds of things and not jump down each other's throats, because that's become commonplace, and to the point that it is very difficult to talk and have open dialogue about any subject. And like a lot of my friends are um, like vegan, for instance, and I have such an odd internal shame now because of before I never really thought about it. And my sister, well, I have a half sister, and she's been vegan pretty much her whole life, and I gave it a few goes because I really do like animals. I don't like eating them. However, that's why I'm trying to get my own fish and stuff like that, because I don't want to get things that caught in a net with turtles. But some people, that's all they can eat, or else they're not going to eat at all. You know, there's 7 billion people in this world, and I can't imagine. It's very hard to feed them all. It's very hard to manage such numbers because there is a lot of us. But we're managing somehow. We're not tearing each other apart like, you know. But hello, Lukash. And we'll be back tomorrow and make some more flies. Now that I shrimp, I still can't get over it. It's not, you know, immaculate. Well, that might have been the wrong word. It's not. It's a start, and I'm really stoked for that. So, hope y'all have a beautiful night, and I'm gonna try to maybe go on a walk or something. It's very nice out, and really want to start appreciating the colder months, because I really don't. I try, but I love a good flannel, and I love a good hot metal cup of drinkable liquid. And I do like not sweating, and I do like no mosquitoes. However, I get really cold to the point that I just like hibernate, quite frankly. But I'm trying to get over that and eat some more fat and stuff like that. So happy trails. Hope y'all have a beautiful evening. And as to you, Trevor, thank you for coming in with the positivity, because that is definitely what we're lacking right now. But not here. I got really lucky in this corner of the world. I was fully expecting just mayhem, going live online, just existing, and learning little things. But no, it's been net positive, as they say, and it's done wonders for, you know, all kinds of things. And it's a beautiful thing, and really happy. I wish I started channel sooner, but I'm really happy I finally did, because you know, it's important to connect with others. It really is. We're social creatures, and got a lot to learn, and we learn from others. Everything is from another human mind, essentially, almost. But anyway, on that note, happy trails. Thank you.